The Philippines has officially approved the purchase of 6 new AW159 Wildcat maritime helicopters from Europe. At first glance, it may seem like just another procurement deal, but in reality, it's a strategic signal. Manila is quietly building what could become the strongest anti-submarine helicopter fleet in Southeast Asia. The real question is, why now? And who exactly is this message meant for? According to the Philippine Department of National Defense, the country has entered Phase 2 of its anti-submarine helicopter acquisition program. In its 2025 procurement documents, Manila confirmed its decision to stick with a proven platform, the AW159 Wildcat, produced by Leonardo Helicopters of Italy and the United Kingdom. Citing Naval News, the deal is valued at approximately 42.29 billion pesos, around 749 million US dollars, one of the largest maritime defense investments in modern Philippine history. This move isn't random. Back in 2016, the Philippines signed its first deal for 2 Wildcats, which were delivered in 2019. Those helicopters became the cornerstone of the country's reborn anti-submarine warfare capability, something it hadn't had for decades. Now, by adding 6 more, the Philippine Navy's Wildcat fleet will grow to 8 aircraft, enough to patrol and secure all of the nation's key maritime zones. Integration trials began years ago. In August 2022, the Navy successfully completed deck landing qualification for the Wildcat aboard the frigate Jose Rizal. According to Overdefense, the test confirmed that the helicopter could safely operate from the ship under heavy sea conditions, marking a critical step toward full naval integration. Then in September 2025, the Philippines made history. It conducted its first Spike NLOS missile launch from a Wildcat. As Defense Industry Europe reported, the missile hit its target from nearly 50 kilometers away, proving that the Wildcat is no longer just a sub-hunter, it's also a surface strike platform. But behind this modernization lies a deeper story, the growing tension in the South China Sea. For years, Chinese Coast Guard and militia vessels have harassed Filipino ships and fishermen near disputed reefs. Laser incidents, close encounters, and aggressive tactics have pushed Manila to accelerate its military reforms. Under President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., defense modernization has become a national priority. Citing Naval News, the government has committed nearly 2 trillion pesos, around 35 billion US dollars, over the next decade to upgrade its radar systems, air power, and maritime defenses. Anti-submarine helicopters play a pivotal role in this vision. They can detect enemy submarines before they get close, protect sea lanes, and extend the country's surveillance range across its exclusive economic zone. Adding 6 more Wildcats gives the Philippines a more sustainable rotation cycle, 1 helicopter on patrol, 1 on standby, and 1 under maintenance, ensuring constant readiness in hot zones such as Palawan, the Sulu Sea, and the Spratly Islands. So what makes the AW159 Wildcat such an important asset? Developed from the legendary Westland Lynx, the Wildcat is a new generation multi-role helicopter, about 95% redesigned from the original. Citing Army recognition, it features twin LHTC CTS 800-4N engines, each producing 1,361 horsepower. It can reach speeds of 311 kilometers per hour and operate up to 777 kilometers on a single mission. The helicopter is compact enough to fit on small frigates, which is crucial for the Philippine Navy's limited deck space. Its sensors and weapons make it a true force multiplier. The Wildcat carries a Thales Compact FLASH dipping sonar, Sea Spray 7400E AESA radar, and Westcan MX-15DI electro-optical turret capable of tracking ships and periscopes at long range. For defense, it's equipped with missile approach warning systems, infrared countermeasures, and secure digital communications. In its Philippine configuration, the Wildcat can deploy Blue Shark lightweight torpedoes, Spike NLOS long-range missiles, and Mk-11 depth charges. This allows it to strike both undersea and surface targets from well beyond visual range. According to Defense Blog, the September 2025 missile launch demonstrated the helicopter's expanded role. It can now deliver precision strikes without ever being detected by enemy radar. But such capability comes with challenges. Maintaining advanced helicopters demands a strong logistics chain, technical expertise, and continuous funding. The Philippines previously expressed concerns about Leonardo's after-sales support during the first Wildcat program. This time, the new contract reportedly includes stronger guarantees for maintenance and spare parts, ensuring the fleet's long-term readiness. Another key factor behind the decision is platform compatibility. Philippine Navy frigates like BRP Jose Rizal have smaller decks compared to Western destroyers. The Wildcat's compact footprint makes it the only fully capable ASW helicopter that can operate without major structural modifications. Alternatives, like the MH-60R Seahawk, while more powerful, would require expensive upgrades to ship decks and hangars, something Manila isn't ready to fund yet. From a strategic perspective, this acquisition is more than a military upgrade. It's a political message. The Philippines wants to show that it will no longer stand idle in the face of maritime intimidation. With 8 Wildcats expected to be operational in the coming years, Manila will soon possess one of the most advanced airborne ASW networks in Southeast Asia, second only to Singapore. For NATO and European manufacturers, this deal reinforces their foothold in the Indo-Pacific region. For the United States, it provides indirect support for an ally that shares Washington's strategic interests. But for China and Russia, it signals a growing Western presence in a region they both seek to influence. In the long term, the competition over defense technology in Asia is expected to intensify, with the Philippines becoming a key example of how smaller nations are modernizing to deter larger powers. Regionally, the effects are already visible. Vietnam, Malaysia, and Indonesia have begun reassessing their own anti-submarine programs. Until recently, the Philippines was seen as one of the weaker maritime powers in the region. Now it's becoming the first Southeast Asian nation to operate an ASW helicopter armed with long-range precision missiles. This could complicate submarine operations by foreign navies and raise the bar for undersea warfare in the South China Sea. For the Filipino people, the program carries symbolic weight. A nation that once relied on outdated or secondhand equipment is now fielding one of the most advanced maritime helicopters in the region. It's a sign of a broader transformation, from dependency to capability, from defense to deterrence. In the end, 6 helicopters might not sound like much on paper, but in the military world, symbols matter. The AW159 Wildcat represents more than airframes and engines. It's the embodiment of a country's determination to protect its sovereignty. And in the contested waters of the South China Sea, that determination may be exactly what changes the balance of power. So what do you think? Will this move bring greater stability to the region or ignite a new round of military competition in Southeast Asia? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth defense analysis and military documentaries. Because in today's world, sometimes one helicopter can shift the entire tide of history.